perhaps this world isn't 100% perfect in the sense of how all religions praise the creator as being wholly benevolent and good. But what I see is a world of disease, aging, torture, death, natural disasters, psychopaths, parasites. There are so many things that happen in this world that if I was the creator, I wouldn't put them in the world, especially if I wanted to create a perfect world. Why does a perfect world need natural disasters and animals that eat other animals to survive, or even to eat anything to survive? Why can't we remember our past lives or remember the in-between life state? Why is there this memory wipe associated with this world? Why do parasites and psychopaths exist? That is what they use, it seems, to get us to consent to coming back to this world and this system over and over again, is this idea of karma, or the idea that we can do better and that this is a school and negativity exists because we need to learn from it, and there's some ultimate mission somewhere that ultimately we're able to graduate from, and then that's worth all this torture and death and disease and dying and natural disasters and psychopaths and memory wipes and parasites and having to consume beings to stay alive and all of this stuff that doesn't have to exist in our reality, but it does. Instead of our bodies beginning the way they do and slowly aging and succumbing to disease and torture and dying, we could live in a world in which your body becomes more and more like immortal, like Wolverine. What does he have? Not titanium, but adamantium. Adamantium. We could have some sort of or gold or whatever the strongest.
Or be entirely spiritual beings that don't need a corporeal physical form and can exist entirely in that sense. I totally get you on that one. There's so many potentials and possibilities and ideas. I mean, the human imagination is nigh endless, if not actually endless. It's something that I feel like collectively we could come up with so much more interesting, so much better, so many better stories than what we are experiencing now.
Exactly. So why do we always come back here? Is this the only dimension in existence? Is this the only world there is to incarnate into? The only place souls can possibly go? Is this morally questionable place that has all these negative aspects that I'm saying? Like, there's nowhere in the multiverse that souls can go for actual peace. There's nowhere we can go where there's highly evolved soul, like no psychopaths and just a bunch of like really empathetic, nice people that want to have a good time with their lives. Like, that doesn't exist anywhere in the multiverse that we can go. Like, I don't believe that. I feel like we have been tricked, just like trickedbythelight.com or some of these channels I recommended are talking about, that we're being tricked to come back in here, and we keep consenting to it because a memory wipe is part of this process, this reincarnation process. And a few people have little glimpses where they are able to see the in-between life state or their past life. What if we are all actually infinitely powerful, unique, sovereign creators ourselves, with the ability to create whatever world, heaven, or afterlife we wish on our own? But instead of creating and living in our own worlds, we're being tricked into reincarnating into someone else's creation here. A creation filled with pain, suffering, torture, death, natural disasters, disease, predators, psychopaths, parasites, no memory of previous lives, and many other things that I personally would never choose to have in my created world. I wonder if the returning to oneness Brahma concept could be a deception used by the creators of this realm to get us to give up our individuality and submit to going back into the light of oneness soup with all the other recycled souls, right? It seems like these governments, this new world order, these secret societies, and this system of evil that operates in the physical world in this dimension, there may be an element of that in the other dimension that keeps us coming back here. People in most of the world's major religions now have this idea that whatever created this realm is 100% benevolent and good, and you should want nothing more than to reincarnate here. But what if there's better places? What if you can create your own better place and have other people come? What if there's all these other souls in a sovereign area of the afterlife realm who are able to co-create and bleep in and out of each other's co-created worlds, and this one is more like a prison where we cannot leave it until we die? And it seems that way, like the way dreams work and the way sleep works is like, why do we have to sleep so often? What is dreams? What is it? Or out-of-body experiences and all this stuff? It's like our real being is intangible. It's an immortal soul, and we're being tricked to coming into this body in this subpar realm, this subpar dimension ruled by evil psychopaths. And even when we die, we get tricked to coming back in here rather than exploring the potentially infinite multiverse of much better dimensions that are most likely out there.